Hello there, welcome to my first Snapshot update. This one is based on the Snapshot 12, week 15 and 16, which is the one that's come out today. I thought I'd go over the stuff that was in 15 and the stuff that is now in 16. So I'm in 12, 16 here, and I'm just going to show you the coolest stuff and the most obvious stuff they've added, which is if you go to your world options, you've got a couple of new options. Now, some of you may be familiar with single player commands. I've talked about it in a previous video. It's basically, it allows you to use the commands that you have in a multiplayer server in a single player load save with a few added extras. This is the Mojang version of that. It gives you game mode options, XP options, and a variety of other options which are still being discovered because they weren't too clear on it. And then there's the bonus chest. So let's just put a seed, a bonus chest, and cheats on, and I can show you what these do. So let's start in survival and create the world. Here we go. Okay, and there it is. That is the bonus chest. It's basically meant to be a starter kit for survival playthroughs. So this is the sort of thing it'll come with. Sometimes I've seen it come with apples and other tools, but essentially it jumps you through that first gather stage. I'm not sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing, because I mean, the way they geared their achievements, it was like they wanted to teach you to do everything for yourself, and then this just sort of hands you on a plate. So I don't know if this is the best idea, but it's useful if you want to just skip out that early stage and you've done it before. So in that sense, it's good. Now let me show off these new single-player commands. If I go slash, and by the way, you can bring this command menu up by pressing T. So I bring this up with T, and then I press slash game mode, and now 1 is creative and 0 is survival. So I'm in 0 or survival. If I press 1, that puts me in creative, and as you can see, my hotbar at the bottom of the screen is now turned into the creative one. And if I press E for inventory, it might be I for you, I'm not sure. Then it brings up the inventory, and this brings me on to something that was added in 15 that is a rather cool feature, which is if you use your middle, it's defaulted as your middle mouse click. So by clicking down on your scroll wheel, then actually, you see that? It gives you the block which you are clicking on. So if I wanted to use, well, I've used all the blocks around me. So say I wanted to, I'm using snow, placing snow, and I want to use my chest. I pick block chest, go straight to it. This is really useful if you're doing complex builds with lots of different block types, and obviously you keep switching between them, or you don't want to have them all in your inventory, or you just do that thing where you swap out your inventory and you realise you've just switched the one block you actually need. So you can just middle mouse click, pick block, that gets that sorted. That's from 15, so that's actually in the game vanilla now. I just thought I'd throw it in as part of this creative update that's come with this snapshot. Obviously these aren't implemented in the vanilla version at the moment, but relatively soon they will be. And apart from this bonus chest and the single player commands, they haven't added an awful lot. They've done a bunch of bug fixes which are mostly minor, kind of complicated, not particularly interesting. And they've also done a demo mode similar to the light version that they've done for the iPod, where essentially it allows you to play for a brief period of time. I'm not quite sure what that actual amount of time is, but it's something like 5 Minecraft days, in-game Minecraft days. So you can get a feel for the game and then decide if you want to buy it. Which I think is because a lot of the reason that people pirate this game is because they don't know what they're throwing money at until they play it. And there is a big problem with pirating. I mean, Notch recently took on a pirate hosting person, someone who hosted a website which gave away pirate versions of the game. Had a game of Quake instead of a lawsuit, which I think is good fun, but it does show that there is a big problem with these websites. Going back to Snapshot 15 and stuff that's now in the game, if you weren't aware, let me just get a furnace, some coal, and some tasty bacon. Stick the furnace down. This was not available before, and now is. If you hold down Shift and click, it puts the fuel where the fuel needs to go, and the pork chop where the pork chop needs to go. Now, if you're using logs, which you can not only use to burn things, but also burn to make charcoal, I'm not sure what happens, so we'll have a look. Take pork out. If I do that, okay, so the default for logs is to put it, and actually if you shift click logs while there's stuff cooking, it doesn't use it as a fuel, but you can put it in there manually and use it as a fuel. It's more efficient to use planks because I think they burn for the same time, but obviously you get 4 for every log. Oh, Sorry, that's the dog. Hold on one second. Another thing that sorry, I'm back now. The other thing that 15 added, which is very useful, is cats. They don't sit on everything as much as they used to. They used to just jump on any chest they see. They only do that every so often now, so it's less of a problem. Still, incredibly irritating, but less of a problem. One last thing that you might not be aware of: flint and steel. You probably knew that if you hit a block with flint and steel of TNT, it ignites it. They've altered that slightly, so that left-clicking with a flint and steel actually destroys the block, and now right-clicking lights it to ignite, so that you can no longer burn TNT. It will simply ignite it, and it's sort of a little rhyme. You can go left to destroy and then right to light, and then you remember it that way, because I always look through my inventory, see if I've got any redstone torches, and I never think actually I can just whack this thing with a flint and steel and set it straight off. That's it on the updates. Thanks for watching. I'll put channel links up if you want to check me out, and hope you enjoyed it. See you later.